You're staring at your phone again. The little bubbles appear, then disappear. Your heart sinks. You just sent a text that felt safe. But now, 3 hours later, the silence is screaming. You find yourself checking her Instagram story just to see if she's active, and when you see she is, a cold knot forms in your stomach. Your mind starts racing. Did I say too much? Is she losing interest? Maybe if I just send one more funny meme, it'll break the ice. Why does it feel like the more I reach out, the further she runs? Bro, stop. Take a breath. Here is a bold truth most guys will never tell you. She isn't pulling away because you're not enough. She's pulling away because your chase is actually a threat to her safety. Women don't fall for the man who pursues them the hardest. They fall for the man who is the most settled in his own silence. You're not crazy. You're not too much. Most guys feel exactly this desperation, and nobody ever explains the mechanics of why it's happening. But by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to flip the script and stop being the hunter, so you can become the prize. Let's get into it. The mindset reframe. 0, 50, 220. Before we look at the steps, we need to fix your lens. Most guys believe that if an avoidant woman pulls away, they need to work harder to show her they care. They think more effort equals more attraction. But the real truth is that for an avoidant, your effort feels like an invisible cage. When you chase, her gut tells her something is off. She feels a wall go up because she senses your need. She doesn't see your flowers or your long texts as love. She feels them as a demand on her energy. She feels your presence as a weight, not a gift. Attraction isn't a performance, it's a vacuum. When you occupy all the space with your anxiety, there's no room for her to miss you. There's no room for her to wonder about you. We're moving from chasing energy to grounded presence. This isn't about playing games, it's about a psychological shift where she feels your energy move from leaning into her to standing firmly within yourself. That's when the dynamic changes. That's when she stops running and starts looking back. The main body, 7 points. 1. The silence barrier. Most guys treat silence like an emergency they need to fix. They think a gap in conversation is a sign of failure. But here's the thing, silence isn't a void, it's a test of your groundedness. She needs to feel that you are okay without her response. When you stop filling the air and let the silence breathe, her brain says, he doesn't need me to validate his existence. That's the shift that turns her anxiety into curiosity. 2. Mirroring the space. Most guys respond to her pulling away by leaning in further. They try to close the gap manually. Instead, you must mirror the space she creates without bitterness or anger. Not "I'm ignoring you" space, not "I'm hurt" space, just calm "I'm busy with my life" space. When you match her distance, she suddenly realizes the tether is gone. Her internal monologue shifts to, wait, why isn't he chasing me anymore? And that's when she starts replaying the last conversation in her head. 3. The outcome independence pivot. Most guys are addicted to the reply. Their entire mood for the day depends on 3 dots on a screen. You need to detach from the outcome of the interaction. This isn't a trick. This is who you're becoming. If she texts, cool. If she doesn't, also cool. When you truly don't need a specific response, your vibe becomes effortless. She feels that you are a man who is already whole, and that is emotional caffeine for her brain. 4. High-value distraction. Most guys wait for the avoidant to return. They sit in the waiting room of her affection. A grounded man doesn't wait, he builds. Go to the gym, work on that business, hang out with your brothers. When you are genuinely immersed in your own mission, your energy becomes magnetic. She senses that your world doesn't revolve around her, and her gut starts saying, I want to be part of what he's building. 5. Short-form communication. Most guys send paragraphs of passion when they feel her slipping. They think more words will fix the feeling. In reality, your words are diluting your value. Keep your communication sharp, punchy, and light. No heavy emotional processing via text. Your energy is the message before your mouth even opens. When you give her less to process, she feels safe to come back into the fold. 6. The you tag removal. Most guys constantly check in with, "Are we okay?" or "Did I do something?" This is the fastest way to kill attraction. It shows you are looking for her to lead the emotional vibe. Stop asking if things are okay and start being okay. When you stop asking for permission to exist in her space, she stops feeling like she has to manage your emotions. She thinks, "Finally, a guy who can handle himself," and that's when she feels safe to lean back in. 7. Radical self-containment. Most guys leak their energy everywhere. They are emotionally loud even when they're being quiet. Radical self-containment means keeping your thoughts and your story to yourself until it's earned. This isn't about being mysterious like a character in a movie. It's about being grounded in your own skin. Your energy is your own. When you stop leaking your desire for her, she feels the vacuum. She realizes that to know what you're thinking, she has to come to you. The close and call to action, 2:20, 3:30. This isn't about memorizing a list of no-contact rules. It's about becoming the kind of man who doesn't need to chase because he knows where he stands. When you internalize this, you stop performing and start being, and that's when the entire world, not just the avoidant, starts responding to you differently. These habits aren't about winning her. They are about finally feeling settled inside your own skin. Real attraction doesn't start when you win her attention. It starts when you stop needing it. The man who knows he's enough never has to try. If you're ready to stop the chase and start building a life that is genuinely magnetic, I've put together a deeper guide on mastering your presence. It goes into the specific body language and tonal shifts that communicate this groundedness without you saying a word. You can find that in the description below. Stop chasing the spark. Become the flame.